Hi everybody, welcome back to our cooking show. Always here with my mother Franca, but today we have a special guest. So excited that she's with us today. We have
my good
Joanne.
friend Joanne.
This goes way back from high school, and today she is high school. This goes back way back from elementary, kindergarten, elementary. Yeah. Today she is showing us a delicious treat for you all. I can't wait for you guys to see how simple and delicious this is. Today she is showing us how to make Pasteis De Nata, and we will show you just how to make it coming up next
on Love What You Eat.
So, as you see, we have a special guest with us. This is one of my mom's oldest friends and also the mother of...
Well, one of my dear friends.
Dear friend!
Don't say no! Even though we've known each other for more than about 40 years.
40 years, imagine, yeah.
And that's it. And I don't know, how did you guys meet? Let them know. Let the viewers know.
We met at the corner at the bus stop when you, Nancy, and my son Mike, they started kindergarten together the same day.
Yeah, that's right. And I was walking Nancy to the bus stop, which was literally like in front of my house. And Joanne was crossing the street bringing her son Mikey, and we've been friends ever since.
So it's been 38 years, that's for sure. So I'm telling my age there. Yeah, so it's been a long time coming also to have her on this show, because a little backstory is she is an amazing cook and baker, both, and artist. There, but she is so talented, and growing up I would remember every time we would go have play dates, there was always something cooking in the kitchen where I was like, this smells delicious. Oh my god. So she is super talented, and I said she has to be on our show, and I'm so glad she said yes. And this is something that is super easy to make, and that's what our channel is all about, right, Ma?
That's right.
Easy, simple, delicious, that you can whip up really quickly. A little bit of patience in between the steps is needed for this, as you see Joanne explain throughout the process. But these are super great. She did show us the two differences. So one was done with the store-bought pastry, and one that she had done herself. So you see in the close-ups a bit of the difference, but the taste testing, honestly, what do you say?
It's about the same. There's hardly any difference.
There you go. She's given it to people, and people really barely can tell the difference. So if you want to bake something super delicious in a pinch, this is a great recipe to check in on.
So we do basically 15 by 21 inches, more or less.
Yeah?
Yeah, the thinner the better, because then when we spiral it, you'll have...
That's right, okay.
You see all the layers? So basically, and what's interesting, I was looking at the history of these Portuguese custard tarts, and it was started by the monks in Belém, in Portugal, because they used to use egg whites all the time to starch their religious garments. So some places they said nuns, but it's really the monks.
The monks, yeah.
And they said, what are we going to do with all these egg yolks? And funny enough, it's become like one of the 50th best things to eat in the world.
My goodness.
They're delicious.
They're so good, absolutely. And there's a place in Belém that they make 22,000 a day.
Oh my goodness.
Can you imagine?
Oh yeah.
A day.
Well, just like everything, that you know, you don't waste anything. And they invented this beautiful dessert.
Yep, there you go. So once you do and like I said, if you can do the dough from scratch, which is flour and a bit of water, and you do like a croissant dough basically with butter, but it's like I said, really not worth it. I've had people taste test and they can't even tell the difference.
Yeah, you can't tell the difference between store-bought pastry or
So
I mean the dough, the puff pastry dough.
Yeah.
Or doing it from scratch.
Exactly. So if you have less time, I think it's better to just do it unless you have lots of time on your hands and you like making pastry from scratch, then it's fine too. There is a slight little, maybe it's a little bit crispier, but because the one you do at home is with butter.
Yeah.
And the store-bought one, it's most of the time with margarine. So.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is roll it.
And that's it.
And you use the side that's the longest,
okay.
not wide.
Okay.
Because the bigger the roll, the more you'll see
the spirals.
Layers.
So this is all you have to do. Very, very easy.
And it's done.
And it's done. I'm going to seal it a bit. Yeah. And there you go. And what I do is I cut it in half. So that way I put it in a little tray, and we're going to let it rest in the fridge.
Okay.
15 minutes.
I'll get the tray ready.
Okay. We cut it in half.
Yep.
And we'll put it on a tray. And we're going to let it rest for a good 15 minutes. And in the meantime, we'll start the custard.
The custard, okay.
So this is ready. Now it's very important to whisk the milk and the flour and make sure that you don't have that it doesn't get all granular.
Yeah.
Whisk it really well. But that's our first step. There's like 3 steps. It's a little bit tedious, but it's well worth the effort.
Yeah.
It's real custard. There's easier methods, but this is the best one.
So we have our milk that you just
Quarter
whisked
cup
in.
of milk with 3 tablespoons of flour, all-purpose flour. And then the next step we're going to do is our syrup. So with the syrup, you have a cup and 1/3 of sugar. And then we're going to put 2/3 of water, cold water. And you don't stir the sugar, you just pour the water over it. Then we put our cinnamon stick in here. And now we're going to heat it up
Stovetop.
over stovetop with the thermometer. If you don't have a cinnamon stick, you can also use, just put some cinnamon, about half a teaspoon of cinnamon.
Perfect.
Do you put any lemon rinds?
No,
No, you don't put any lemon?
Good. It's optional.
That's it.
So we wait for this to temperature. Go. 20.
So we reached
Like that.
220 off to
Yeah.
this side.
In the meantime, just let it stay a minute.
Yeah.
You're gonna scald the milk, the cream actually. I like to use 35% cream, but you can use milk.
So it just has to warm up?
Yeah.
Or it does have to
Just
come like
has
to a boil? It just has to warm up?
Warm up, yeah.
Okay.
So here we go. Pour the syrup. You can see the syrup is nice and thick.
Yeah, it's nice and thick.
Pour it in the hot milk and flour mixture. That's all done.
Yeah, just put it in.
Okay. Then we add the vanilla. And now this, we're going to stir it for a little while just to get so that it's not too hot, and we're going to temper the egg yolks. But
So we don't want to cook the eggs.
Yeah, exactly.
Just one, yeah.
We want to make sure that we don't cook the eggs. So we're gonna stir and let it cool. Like I said, it's a little bit tedious because you have a few steps to do, but
Looks pretty good.
It's easy, but you just have to take each step at its pace.
exactly. Okay, so yeah, the first step is you put your sugar, your water, and your cinnamon stick, and you don't stir it. You put it on the stove, medium to high heat, and you let that boil slowly till you reach 220 degrees. That's very important. And then you put it aside. And what you do next is you have your mixture, the 3 tablespoons of flour that you mix well. And when your syrup is done, you mix that in your flour mixture. And like I'm doing now, you let it cool off. And then you add your vanilla. There's a little drop. Every drop is good.
Oh, yeah. And you don't pour it in all at once, the syrup. Like you kind of like drizzle it in.
Yeah.
And stir at the same time.
Stir at the same time. That way you don't get all little. You got to make sure the flour is all mixed well in, or else what it does, it has all little balls of flour. And
yeah, it's gonna have lumps.
You're gonna have lumps, and your custard won't cook properly. So I think we're getting there. We're almost there.
Yeah, and we're stirring just to basically let off some of the steam.
The steam, exactly. Look how beautiful it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just eat this.
I was just gonna say you could practically drink it like that.
It's
Look
so
at that.
good. Yeah.
Looks like a nice thick like milkshake.
Yeah. There we go. And now we're gonna start tempering.
Okay.
So to make sure we do
Is there anything
very little at a time. So I'll just start with a drop.
No, but I'll hold the bowl.
Okay. Slowly. Normally this is about for a dozen.
Yeah.
About a dozen tarts, but sometimes you get, depending on the size of your bowls too.
Yeah.
The real traditional Portuguese custard tarts are a little bit smaller.
Okay.
More like a one bite.
A bite size?
Yeah. Well, maybe just a
1 or 2.
slightly smaller than the muffin tins.
Okay.
So here we go. It's all done.
Looks beautiful. Here,
There's
give
our
me this.
custard. That's all there is to it. Now this custard, you can leave it. I mean, you don't have to do it right away until you're not ready. You can also put it in the fridge. It's good up to 3 days.
Okay.
So let's say you do have extra and you don't have enough tart dough, you can put it in the fridge for a couple of days. So
Good.
there we go. We're all done. Nice and silky. Nice and cooled off and rested. So now to make it more or less even, you cut down the middle. Okay. And then in thirds. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Okay.
Yep.
And the same thing here. 1, 2, 3. They don't have to be perfect, but at least
You're
more
just
or less.
eyeballing it,
Yeah. And then we put one in. You don't have to grease your pan. You see all the spiral?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah.
That's what's important.
Yeah.
That's what makes it nice and flaky. Okay. Sometimes when you take it out of the fridge, if it's too cold, you have to let it
be a
bit
bit.
to make it more palatable.
Okay.
Easier to work with, but I think they're just perfect. So you press right in the middle, okay, and then you work the sides. What's important is you not to make it too thick at the bottom.
Okay. But you don't want to go through also.
No, that's right.
You don't want to make a hole at the
because
bottom.
the custard's gonna.
Yeah.
And also make it higher than make it a little lip around.
Okay.
If you can.
Oh, because it's going to tend to shrink when you bake it?
It always shrinks when you bake it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That's good. So I'll get back to it and just start a few, because give it time to rest and then you can stretch it a bit more.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Kind of like stretching a pizza dough.
Yeah,
Shrinks. You give it a
exactly.
few minutes, the gluten to rest, and then you go back.
And you go back to it, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what baking is like, chemistry, eh? It's
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
cooking. You improvise more, but
Yeah.
baking, there's certain things you just can't.
Yeah.
So I'll just say it again. What Joanne was saying prior is if they are still too cold, give them a couple of minutes
That's right.
so that they'll be a little bit more malleable. And she'll explain to us just one more time when you press it out that you don't want it too thick at the bottom.
That's right.
Yeah.
And what's important too is to stretch it a little bit past the lip if you can,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so that when it shrinks, it'll just
Yeah.
be the right height.
And if there's a bit of resistance, move on to the next and circle back.
That's
Gluten
right.
just needs a little bit of rest. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like this one's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it already warmed up a little bit, the dough, I think,
Yeah.
also.
Just to say, it doesn't have to be much, but just to say you pass a little bit. And when you do this, you think that, oh, I'm going to lose all those layers, but when you cook it, you're going to see that.
Okay.
That's the beauty of having it layered with the butter or the margarine.
That's
It
right.
flakes up so beautifully.
It comes nice and crispy.
Yeah.
So some pastries we're afraid to try because, oh my God, it looks so
It
complicated.
looks complicated, but they're not.
Just have a bit of patience and go step by step.
Yeah. That's the worst thing is rushing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Or trying to do everything at the same time,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, I burnt this.
Yeah.
But once you could see how easy it is to make at home, oh,
You don't go back to
It's-
store-bought.
yeah, but it's also dangerous because I can make it.
Yeah.
I can make
Calories.
it.
They're
make
not cheap too. When you
No,
go to,
they're like $4 or $5 each, one little bite. Yeah. It's the labor into it that's the cost.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
This is Mike's favorite.
Yeah.
He loves these. Oh, yeah. From when he was little.
Oh, now he'll have a video of his mom making it forever.
There you go. There, you can try making them.
You see, there you go.
He's good at cooking.
Yeah,
makes
he is.
pierogies,
Yeah.
He does all kinds.
I think this is probably the longest
This
part.
is the longest
Yeah.
part,
Yeah.
exactly. Just takes a little bit of patience.
Yeah.
A little rustic,
is
but
it.
it's good. Yeah,
Little
that's all.
rustic.
That's what homemade is. This is when you know you do a recipe a lot because she has a specific ladle that's the exact measurement.
Size. They have to be 3/4 full. There, so you can have extra. And,
For next time.
yeah,
So now these go in the oven for how long and at what temperature?
at 480, even 500, depending on your stove. If you have convection, it's better, way better. And I say it's about 10 to 12 minutes. You have to check them because the most important thing, they have to have those black. That's the real authentic.
Yeah.
So that's why you have to cook them at a high temperature. That confiseria that I was talking about in Belém, they do 22,000 a day at 800 degrees.
My
My
God.
Can you imagine?
My
It's a
God.
bit like the pizza, you know?
Yeah,
the
yeah.
higher
A few
the
seconds, the
temperature,
higher the temperature.
the better.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
So that's it.
That's it.
All right. All right.
Here we go.
Beautiful. They look so good.
Good, eh?
Yeah. So now this is going to cool,
Yeah. We're gonna let that cool for about a good 10 minutes.
and then you plate and you can serve like that, or what could we put on top? Like,
A little bit of icing sugar.
Yeah.
Traditionally, they put icing sugar or cinnamon.
Yeah.
Or both.
so we are ready to taste these delicious, delicious treats. We can have this cold and warm, right, Joanne?
Yes, that's right. You
Yeah.
can warm them up in the oven. You can keep them in the fridge up to 3 days in Tupperware, and or you can even freeze them.
Yeah.
And you can have them cold. Some people love eating them cold, and some people warm them up a bit in the oven.
It's so, so good. And the traditional dusted powdered sugar. Also, she said you can put a little
Also a
bit
bit of cinnamon if you prefer.
So good,
yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
So,
Or both. Or a little bit of
Or
both.
both, yeah, that's
So
right.
we are going to try one on camera.
There you go, John. Thank you, Nancy.
They smell delicious.
I'm sure they're gonna taste even better.
Yeah. All right. Bon
There we
appetit.
go.
Thanks so
Let's
much
go.
for showing.
Favorita.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my God.
they're really good, Joanne.
This is baker. Well, she owned a bakery, but these are like bakery perfection. These
They're
are
really good.
absolutely delicious. The layers of the pastry dough, the flakiness, that custard, so, so good. And the cream,
It's
spot on.
rich, smooth, velvety, really, really good.
This
Delicious.
is absolutely delicious. Thank you so much for being on our
You're so
show to
welcome.
show
Thank
everybody.
you.
We
Appreciate
hope, we hope that she comes back again, because if I tell you honestly, she can make arrays of so many different types of foods, from Asian to your traditional Italian to any type she could do, and pastries as well. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Thanks.
you for having me.
Yeah. Yeah,
Anytime,
what a
come
good
over.
memory. All right, so thanks everybody for tuning in. New weekly uploads every Sunday, and also check out our website where you'll be able to also find this recipe at www.loveitweet.net with the step-by-step instructions. For those of you who are more visual, there will be photo aid along the way, or obviously just check out this video from start to finish. Thank you so much, and until next time, continue to
Love it to eat.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye. Have a good day.
Bye.
Ciao.
That's it. That's how we do it.
Delicious.
Guys, I texted
Okay,
and found the
we're
chat.
finished.
I was like, Joanne's over. They're like, oh my god.
Mm.
Oh my god, so good. Pat, come have one. Absolutely
I think we're
delicious.
finished.